Alright, so this is my first attempt at really just kind of recording myself on camera. I'm a little nervous actually, so bear with me while I go through this. But yeah, so I am starting a new YouTube channel where I'm going to be teaching you some things that I've learned over the 10 plus years that I've been a part of post-production and creativity and marketing and things like that, things I've really picked up over the years. So first things first, I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Cameron King. I have over 10, well, make that 15 years in the post-production industry. I've done everything from shoot, edit, produce, write. Right now I currently do a lot of post-production, so animation, color correction, editing. I do a lot of writing. I build a lot of decks. I do a lot of art direction now too. I've kind of spanned off into that. It is kind of weird looking into a camera, but I think I'll get used to it. Maybe I'm already starting to get a little more comfortable with it. I think I'm going to take off my shirt. I actually wanted to do a daily journal of this project I'm currently editing. It's not on the screen behind me right now, but it's a project I'm doing for a sort of non-profit out in the Midwest somewhere in St. Louis, and we're doing a 2.5, 3 minute long video sort of describing the brand essence. And essentially it's an interview style video on a white cyc with lots of beautiful B-roll that we shot, and I have to take 5 hours of footage, narrow it down to 2.5 minutes. So over this past week, I started on Monday, it's Friday right now. First day of the week, I transcribed everything, logged everything, put it into my system, organized it by role, and basically essentially just put all the footage, every interview. I put each interview into a timeline. Then after I put into a timeline, I exported a small movie file. And then I put that into a transcription software called Descript. Now Descript is awesome. Usually, I used to not do transcriptions at all whenever I was in my younger days, but as I've gotten older, I don't like trudging through and trying to remember everything. So now transcription is the way to go. And usually I don't have it professionally transcribed. I've done that before where it's like, basically like $1 a minute and you have somebody clicking along if you go to like rev.com or something like that. But now they have voice recognition, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's like 95% accurate, 90% accurate, just enough to give you an idea of what's being said. So I've been using Descript, which is this nice piece of software. It has some things they wish they could flush out, but it's awesome. You just load in the file, hit transcribe, and it'll word recognition the entire file. So that's my frame of reference. So I did that for 7 interviews from this piece. And that all happened on Monday, transcribed everything, and for the rest of the week, I just kind of was busy here and there doing other projects too, but I really, when I had the time, I took a couple hours here and there. Just finished up yesterday morning, actually going through each interview, watching the interview, reading the transcript right next to it, highlighting everything that I thought was great. Great sound bites, great information. I highlighted everything. So basically I narrowed each one of those down to like the top 10 to 15 minutes of each 45-minute interview. So now there's 7 interviews. I've dwindled them all down. I highlighted all these parts that are going to be key moments in the piece later on. I would say 90% of them is not going to be used, 95% of it actually. And then I put it into another doc where I have everything highlighted, and I'm going back through that today and categorizing, basically highlighting it different colors into different categories, and that's how I'm going to structure the story starting next week. So this week we transcribed footage. I had quite a bit of time to do that, thankfully. Usually that's pretty quick. I had time to actually go through and listen to all the stuff, all the stories, highlight what I wanted, and then I organized the sound bites. And today I'm actually going to do a paper cut. Now a paper cut is essentially, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's taking the sound bites you have, putting in them, it's on paper, and then you organize it on paper as if you're really going to cut the piece, but it's just a paper cut. So you read the transcript, you read the story before you actually see the story. It's a starting point. It gets you started, and it's usually, for me, it's usually a bit thicker, a bit longer than what the actual piece is going to be. And it doesn't take into account things like emotion, stuff like that. So I'll leave it a little bit wider, a little bit thicker. But the great thing about Descript is that you can actually see the faces and hear the voices of those sound bites instead of just reading it. You can hear it and see it, so you can get that emotion. You can get that little bit. You can get that blink if you want that blink at the end of the sound bite, or whatever that is, that pause that really sells the story through, that really puts nice little touches on the story. So I can actually see that in this software, which is great. So that's going to happen today. I'll catch up with you about this some more later. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Again, it's my first video. Thank you. Let me know how I did. Subscribe, because that's cool now. That's what all the kids are doing, subscribing to things. And hopefully I'm in focus, because I can't really tell right now. I need a bigger monitor, and I'm just kind of winging it. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Subscribe, comment. Hope to catch you later.